Hello and welcome back to the Track Talk Season Review. In this segment we'll take a look at the final two legs of the three-year-old Challenge as well as the internationals as Hong Kong look to maintain their stranglehold on our two best races. Long touted as the master trainer of stayers, Japanese mentor Hideyuki Takaoka was weaving his magic again. In the colours of Better Life, the American-bred Thumping took out the JBBA Moonbeam Vase.
On the outside, next of all then as they race in is they were followed then by next of all Thumping, and over towards the inside Danger Zone. It's Keshwar Flax going together as they go to the final 250. Flax with his nose in front, but Keshwar fighting on strongly. Thumping over on the inside, making it interesting. Flax the outside. Keshwar Thumping driving through on the inside. Martin is out wider. Thumping went through on the inside. Keshwar Flax trying to hold it out, but Thumping takes out
the second leg of the three-year-old series over 1,400 metres was expected to go to Affleck, with connections of Kiwi Karma turning their back on the remainder of the series in favour of a sprinting campaign. Punters sent off Affleck at $7.
Ready to run. They're off in the Classic, and Spanish Bay away very quickly out wide. Majestic Moments and Affleck left safely. Just off them is Ode to Joy in the early stages. Zululand over on the fence from Blue Danube, and back to the toe in Time Odyssey. 1,200 metres to go, and Spanish Bay shows the way. Affleck up on the outside in second. Next of all then over on the inside, Majestic Moments in the dark jacket, followed by Ode to Joy in the club colours, the purple with the white cap, then Zululand getting keen over on the rails. Next is Blue Danube, and back at the tail Time Odyssey. They turn down the side now, 850 left to run, and Spanish Bay doing it nicely in the front. Up on the outside is Affleck, then Majestic Moments, Ode to Joy, then Zululand over on the rails from Blue Danube, and back at the tail is Time Odyssey. They're about to swing for home, 600 metres to go. Spanish Bay has made play from the outset. Affleck up on the outside in second. Getting across their heels is Majestic Moments, Ode to Joy, then Zululand, Blue Danube, and Time Odyssey. 400 metres to go. Spanish Bay the leader. Up on the outside is Affleck. Rogers flicking the reins at him. They were followed by Majestic Moments, then Ode to Joy and Zululand finishing on, but Spanish Bay at the furlong's got a kick. Levelling up, trying on the outside is Affleck, then Majestic Moments. Spanish Bay the leader. Affleck trying, but trying in vain for the time being. Spanish Bay's just in front, and Spanish Bay takes out the Classic.
Dictating terms, Michael Freedman and jockey Saifuddin Ismail got their tactics spot on in the small field. A rare feature for Saifuddin, whilst great satisfaction for Freedman, preparing the winner for long-time supporter Bernard Lee. As he was after Affleck's demise in the sprint, Laurie Laxton still held great hope for Affleck and would push on believing he'd win the Guineas with the son of Battle Paint. The Lion City Cup would prove to be one of the battles of the season. Zach Spirit coming off his second Kranji sprint, Emperor Max second in the Chris Flyer in 2014, and the flying filly Kiwi Karma. Not to mention the champion War Affair, who was returning from a break on the start of a Derby campaign.
Starter looks across the line. Racing now in the Lion City Cup. Goalkeeper Zach Spirit the first two to leave, and Petronui being pushed up on the outside. Kiwi Karma dwelt a little bit, but she fires between horses. Faultless is trying to surf across with Petronui. They were followed by Emperor Max. Next of all is Hooker Falls. War Affair can't go the early speed, drifted back to second to last, and Chitter on Fire at the rear. Down the side, Petronui at the 800 metres led from Kiwi Karma. Faultless up on the outside, then Goalkeeper. Zach Spirit's getting a lovely run, about fourth from the leader. Then came Emperor Max, two links to Hooker Falls. War Affair with a big job to do, and back at the tail is Cheetah on Fire. Petronui, 500 metres to go in the Lion City Cup, shows the way by 4. Over in second, Kiwi Karma. Faultless up on the outside, then Zach Spirit about to go. Outside of him is Emperor Max, followed by Goalkeeper. War Affair begins to launch down the outside, coming with a big run. Petronui at the 220, led from Kiwi Karma. Faultless. Zach Spirit grinding away Emperor Max. War Affair down the outside. Kiwi Karma, the 3-year-old, went to the lead. Zach Spirit almost on terms. War Affair begins to fly. Kiwi Karma joined by War Affair, Zach Spirit and Emperor Max. War Affair, what a monster. War Affair gets up by a head, tight for...
With stablemate Petronui keeping the pace on, War Affair warmed into the race, producing a memorable finish. Quite an effort given this was his first run since his courageous fifth in the Gold Cup back in November 2014. Racegoers would be treated to another incredible finish in the QE2 Cup, With a smallish field, the three standout chances were Star Stayer Keshwa, Step It Up and CECF Singapore Cup winner Paranda, who is now with Michael Freedman.
The QE2 Cup, and is going to be a slew of load rolling up on the outside of Keshwa, Emperor's Banquet, and thumping over on the inside's a slew of load, a little wide going into the first bend. Paranda slotted across behind them, and over on the inside is Step It Up. Down the side they come, 800 metres to go. Slew of load trying to be cuddled along here by Johnny Powell. Shows the way by a length over Keshwa up on the outside, thumping the fence. Going around them now is Paranda, off nice and early for Michael Rodden. Emperor's Banquet goes with it. Step It Up is caught up between horses, then Wild Geese, Danger Zone, and back of the tail is Martin. They turn in, slew of load the leader, but only narrowly. Keshwa, and now Paranda zooms up on the outside. Paranda went to the lead of the 350. Keshwa's very tough, it goes with it. Wild Geese is down the outside, running on. Step It Up getting into the clear. Paranda a narrow leader, but Keshwa fighting on strongly the inside. Step It Up begins to descend on them, and Wild Geese out wider. Paranda, Keshwa, Wild Geese coming at the pair with Step It Up. They drive to the wire in the QE2. Step It Up. Step It Up drove between them and gets up a nostril.
Step It Up and Keshwa would both head to the Singapore Airlines International Cup, while sadly for Paranda, this would be her last race start. Emerging stayer Hughesy, on a derby campaign for trainer David Hill, would next tackle the Group 3 Admiralty Classic. In only a small field, he would have to survive a scare when the runner-up Bourbon Goldman, ridden by Harry Kassam, would protest unsuccessfully.
Needs a bit of room here at the crucial stage. He looks to get that room as well. And Hughesy down the outside from Bourbon Goldman, who gets out. It's Holy Empire who led. Goodman's under sufferance. Johnny Guitar pouncing through, and Hughesy storming at them as well. So it's Hughesy down the middle, raced up to Johnny Guitar. Holy Empire can't go on. Then Bourbon Goldman, in fact, down the outside. It's Hughesy, and Group 3 success for him. Hughesy wins it well by a length and a half.
The two-year-old season was in full swing by the time the Horse Golden Horseshoe came round on Guineas night. And after two effortless wins already, there was only one horse that racegoers thought could win. The Michael Freedman trained Super One would go off $6 favourite for the Group 2.
All set for the fifth, and they're racing in the Horse Golden Horseshoe of 2015, and Super One has sprung out of the gates here and gets across and leads easily. Blue Man from out wide away well. Caleritas showing speed with Big Man and also Cairo, but it's Super One who's a comfortable leader. Further back then to Kabira Warrior, who's back in about sixth. Then Genius just easing back on the fence from Chopin's Nocturne. Getting a long way back, Lee Man, Fine Choice, Dragon Royal and Captain Classic. But Super One leads the field down towards the final bend. It's Cairo on the outside, and then came Blue Moon, who's third. Caleritas right behind them in the green fourth as they break the field up. A few lengths away, Big Man, Kabira Warrior. Then Genius near the fence from a Chopin's Nocturne, Fine Choice, and Lee Man was further back. But Super One, he's been the star two-year-old so far, and he comes around the turn at his biggest assignment so far, and he looks to be going easily. 300 metres to go. Super One a mile in front from Cairo, Caleritas. Then Kabira Warrior, Chopin's Nocturne and Genius. They're running on, but they're only chasing the shadow of Super One, who's got panels on them again. 100 metres to go, and it's Group 2 glory for him. It's Super One, and he's going to bolt in with the Horse Golden Horseshoe. Great go for the Miners, but Super One wins easily. Great go second and third.
With many visitors in Singapore for International Week, the performance of the colt had foreign buyers very interested in the son of I Am Invincible. But for the time being, he would stay in Singapore with a juvenile championship his next target. To the Group 1 Singapore Guineas, where Affleck was trying to salvage something from the 3-year-old challenge. Again, he would go off favourite after placings in the first two legs. In the race, we had Spanish Bay and a very exciting 3-year-old called Jimmy Ray. Debate whether he was a genuine 1600-metre horse raged for months. The time for talking was over as we geared up for the premier race for 3-year-olds.
1600 metres the journey. Gates are back. They're racing in the Singapore Guineas, and Spanish Bay came away like a rocket, went straight to the lead over Masareo, Believe Yourself. Affleck commenced nicely and moved up on the outside. Bravo Charlie being restrained back. Going forward is Majestic Moments, Elusive Emperor. Over towards the inside, Believe Yourself just drifting back a little from Titanium, then A La Victory. Getting keen is Mr. Spielberg, followed by Chase, Smart Lad. It's between horses, then came a Zululand, and back to the tail went Jimmy Ray. So they marched down the back, and Spanish Bay shows the way, leads by a length over Affleck in second. Masareo down on the inside third, followed by Majestic Moments. Then came Believe Yourself in the orange over on the fence in fifth position from Bravo Charlie. Moving up between horses is Elusive Emperor, then came Titanium. A La Victories on a wide trip between horses, Mr. Spielberg, then Zululand. Chase picking up a little bit of ground on the outside from Smart Bet, and Jimmy Ray's at the rear. Down towards the top of the straight they come, 600 metres to go, and Spanish Bay shows the way over Affleck as they come to the top of the straight. Then came Masareo. Next of all is Majestic Moments, Bravo Charlie, then Believe Yourself as they turn in, Mr. Spielberg, and A La Victory coming to the outside. Titanium over towards the fence, 300 metres to go, and Spanish Bay is joined by Affleck. Out in the middle, and Majestic Moments running on, followed by Believe Yourself, but inside the 200, and Rod unleashes Big Ben. Affleck races away in the Guineas over Spanish Bay. They begin to charge home. Jimmy Ray comes from last, but Affleck is clear, and Affleck takes the Guineas. Affleck over Jimmy Ray and Spanish Bay.
Group 1 glory for Michael Rod, his first Group 1 success in Singapore. Rod paying tribute to Affleck's former jockey Danny Beasley, who had offered instructions on how best to ride Affleck. In what had been an up and down series for Affleck, he finished in the best possible way for Rod, Laxon and Oscar Racing. As always, great excitement was brewing, with the internationals in town to try and take the Crisfly and SIA Cup. Star Hong Kong sprinter Aero Velocity, along with two-time champion Lucky 9 and Rich Tapestry, were flying the flag for Hong Kong, whilst other internationals included Hatoto, trained by Fazi Nas. Whilst the SIA Cup had long been out of the reach of local horses, the sprint, courtesy of wins to Rocketman and Atto, would give connections of Zach Spirit, Emperor Max and Kiwi Karma a reason to dream.
Gates are back, they're racing in the Crest Flyer away fairly quickly as Aero Velocity. Also Emperor Max with good speed over on the inside, and Lucky 9 again broke beautifully. Kiwi Karma going up on the outside. Zach Spirit is going to be restrained just across their tails, followed by Magneto. Rich Tapestry, Hatoto can't go with them early on, and 4 lengths away to El Padrino as they turn downside. 800 metres to go. Zach Purton took Aero Velocity to the lead. Kiwi Karma up on the outside in the breeze. Emperor Max over on the inside. Now Hatoto whipped around the outside. Lucky 9 copped a check at that point. Rich Tapestry goes up wider. Zach Spirit. Then came Magneto. So Lucky 9 second to last, ridden for luck. And El Padrino comes to the outside. 400 metres to go. Kiwi Karma goes up to Eyeball. Aero Velocity. Emperor Max down the outside. Rich Tapestry. Lucky 9 looking for a way through. Zach Spirit trying to finish on. It's Aero Velocity the leader. Emperor Max running a great race on the outside. Lucky 9 can't go on with it. Rich Tapestry down the outside, but Aero Velocity is clear over Emperor Max, and Aero Velocity is going to take the Crest Flyer. Aero Velocity for Zach Burton wins it a length and a half. Emperor Max another second in the big race.
Paul O'Sullivan, how does that feel, a Group 1 international sprint here in Singapore?
Yeah, I think every time you travel away it's more of a relief to win than a thrill to win. You know, we're a long way from home. You know, he might have won with a little bit in hand. I sort of, you know, he was sitting pretty for a fair way. But we're just relieved and very thankful to win.
You've had such a wonderful association with Aero Velocity, and you guys have teamed up to win another good Group 1.
Yeah, he's been a special horse to me. You know, you don't ride too many horses of the calibre of this guy that, you know, just gives 100% every time he races, even in defeat. You know, he tries his guts out. He's the most courageous horse I've ever ridden.
The Singapore Airlines International Cup has been dominated by 2 horses in recent years. Military Attack, who won the race in 2013 and placed in 2014, along with Dan Excel, last year's winner and runner-up to Military Attack the year before. The pair would again go head-to-head. This time, though, Military Attack was in the care of Casper Founds. Also in the lineup was Smoking Sun, who ran well in 2014, and Minor Frost, who was representing Japan.
They're ready. Gates are back and they're racing in the Cup. Freeport Lux was slowly into stride. Military Attack away quickly, and Dan Excel is coming across, and Tommy Berry's going to take him straight to the lead here. Dan Excel over Military Attack. Minor Frost getting a little keen, getting up on the outside of Keshwar going forward. Step It Up is ridden up on the outside. They were followed by Johnny Guitar. Smoking Sun gets a lovely spot over on the inside. Coptato is up a little wider from Slew of Load. Freeport Lux and Wild Geese went back to the rear. Into the back they go, and Dan Excel shows the way as they go to the final 1,400 metres in the Cup. It's Dan Excel over Minor Frost in second. Military Attack is third over on the fence from the Gold Cup winner Keshwar. Smoking Sun's nice and handy over on the inside. Step It Up hasn't been able to get in. They were followed by Johnny Guitar, Freeport Lux, Slew of Loader. Coptado is out wider on the track and about 2 lengths away last of all Wild Geese. Down the back they go in the Singapore Airlines International Cup, and Dan Excel trying to lead throughout. It goes by the 1,000, a halfway leading over Minor Frost, travelling strongly on the outside. Military Attack in the green over on the fence from Keshwar. Smoking Sun will need a little bit of luck but travels nicely. Step It Up going up wider, followed by Johnny Guitar, Freeport Lux. Coptado out wider on the track from Wild Geese, improving around the outside of Slew of Load. Down towards the bend they come in the Cup, and Dan Excel's had a lovely run in the lead as they go by the 600 metres. Dan Excel over Minor Frost, edging closer. Keshwar goes up a little wider, followed by Military Attack, who's enjoyed a lovely run. Step It Up under Persuasion as they turn in, followed by Johnny Guitar. Smoking Sun trying to improve over on the inside, then Coptado. 300 metres to go. Dan Excel led by a half length over Minor Frost. Military Attack is pushing into the clear. Keshwar down the outside, but Dan Excel shakes them off, gets away from Military Attack, coming hard on the outside. Dan Excel, Military Attack coming at him. Dan Excel in front, he's going to go back to back. Dan Excel gets it for Tommy Berry. He looks to the heavens with brotherly love, and Dan Excel wins it.
Down with John Moore. I interviewed you 3 years ago. This was your first in international Group 1, and I remember you were proud as punch that day. You've done pretty well since. This is 3 straight.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really amazing, and to bring this horse back after what happened down in Melbourne or Sydney and then Melbourne, and to get him back after surgery and that, it's a dream come true. And congratulations to everybody, including the team that got this horse, really in top condition. And I said to the press before the race that we thought he was in better shape than when he won. So, thanks to everybody, and God bless.
It's pretty unbelievable. I can't really put it into words to describe how I'm feeling right now. It's to come back and do it for John, who's been a great supporter of mine for a few years now, and we've just had great success together. I always enjoy going back to Hong Kong and riding for him, and it's always beautiful to win Group 1 races for Nathan, and I know he's there riding with me, especially when I come to Singapore, and it's just a great feeling.
A wonderful performance from local horse Keshwar, who had stamped himself as the best stayer in Singapore. Coptado, who also ran for Patrick Shaw, along with Keshwar, would target the Derby and Gold Cup later in the year. Later in the year, we learned that the Singapore Airlines International Cup and also the Cruise Flyer Sprint would be discontinued. As we go to the break, let's go back and look at some of the best moments down through the years.
Racing in the Singapore Airlines International Cup. Recast in third position as Sir Slickman. JPEG wins the Cup. It's the button they're racing. Take out the target by a half a length. Rocket Man will go into barrier number 8. Rocket Man's trying to kick, but safe, and Kingdom wins it for Hong Kong. Rocket Man second around the turn in the Singapore Airlines International Cup, and Shadowgate by a length. Rocket Man gets his justice, and it's Cheers Singapore. The crangy roar goes up. Rocket Man by 5, a clear fast past second from
down the side they swing, and Flat shows the way over Waikato.
Lucky 9 for Breville and Casper, bound by 4. Military Attack bolts in.
Aero Velocity's going to take that Cruise Flyer. Dan Excel in front, he's going to go back to back. Dan Excel gets it for Tommy Berry. He looks to the heavens with brotherly love, and Dan Excel wins it.